Alright, your bank account did take a beating, but now you have an iPhone 14.
In this video, we will go through some of the features that made our lives a lot easier once we set them up right off the bat. Let's jump right in.
And do give us a like and a sub if you enjoyed the video. So number 1, we have software updates. It's very important to do this as it will make your life a lot easier. So if you haven't done this already, go to your settings, click on general, and then software update. If you see an update here, go ahead and take care of that first. Alright, number 2, you're up.
New typing feature. This is a brand new feature for your keyboard. You know that actual typing feeling? You can now have that. First, go to your settings. Then, go to sounds and haptics. After that, you want to go to your keyboard feedback. Then, you should enable haptic. Once you have done that, you will feel like you are tapping on an actual keyboard.
So number 3, we have widgets and wallpaper. What we have for wallpaper is a new feature and it works on any iOS 16 devices. I highly recommend doing this right when you get your phone as it's pretty straightforward and will change your life. The first way of doing this is you can go through the lock screen by tapping and holding, and then you can customize it. The other way is to go to the settings, scroll down to wallpaper. As you can see, the left is for lock screen and the right is for home screen. If you click on add new wallpaper below it, you can set your own custom wallpaper or use the ones from Apple. They do have some cool ones, especially under the weather and astronomy sections, so do check them out. Once you set your background, you will see these spaces here that are for your widgets. When you click on it, you can then select which one you want, and most of these have multiple layout options. So for example, when you click on weather, for example, you can choose temperature, conditions, sunrise and sunset, precipitation, wind, and air quality. So you can lay these out based on whatever works for you best. And also, when you click on the time, it will give you the option to change the font and color, which I think is pretty cool. And I think I will select this font and probably the white color. And if you notice for the other colors, you can also adjust the intensity of the color or saturation. So set these up based on your everyday needs. All right, number 4, what do you got?
Dynamic Island. This feature is for the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max users only. You need to get used to the new Dynamic Island feature. It's the little area up top here, and it's extremely useful. For example, if you are playing any music, then you can see the icon of the sound right there. If you tap and hold for about 1 second, then it will open up a little plate, which gives you full access to do anything with the music. Another option is that you can tap it once, and it will simply open up the app. You can even add other things, for example, a timer. And then, once you add the timer, it splits into another section on the right. The same rules apply to this. If I hold, it opens up a little plate, and if I tap, it opens up the whole app. You can get a lot of other information from the Dynamic Island. For example, low battery alerts, incoming calls, your Maps application giving you directions from a simple pop-up without needing to get into the app itself. Some third-party applications do utilize the Dynamic Island, like sports games, for example. Although it is currently believed that in the near future, other apps will begin to integrate uses for the Dynamic Island.
Number 5, so we have car crash detection. This is another brand new feature and you should definitely get familiar with it. So if you go into your settings and then scroll down to emergency SOS, you should be able to see the crash detection section on the bottom. It says that if you're in a car crash, the iPhone can automatically call the emergency services. The iPhone will start a countdown and sound the alarm before the call. So I have that toggled on my phone, and I recommend that you do the same. I also recommend adding your emergency contact for the emergency services, and I should do that too. Number 6, where you at?
Control Center. So, as you may know, you can access the Control Center from the top right when you swipe down from here. On the first day when you got your phone, none of these will be customized. So, I would recommend organizing it to make your life easier. To do this, go to Settings. Then go down to Control Center. You can add or remove any of the features. Once you have selected all the features and added the ones you want, you can click and hold the right side of each one, then drag them to the order you want to see them in. One of the cool ones that I like is called text size. For me, it's right here. Pinching and zooming into things doesn't always work, and many people prefer not to go through that. So instead, you can simply click here, then increase or decrease the text size. This setting is called battery percentage. As you can see, I currently have it on. This makes it so that on the inside of your battery icon, you can see the percentage that it's at.
All right, number 7 is protection. I don't know about you, but I myself am quite clumsy. And based on my previous experiences, let's just say for sure I'm going to put this baby in a case and slap on a screen protector as well. But this step really is up to you.
Fast photo cropping. Now this feature is really cool and it will save you so much time. Now let's say you had a photo like this one here and you want to crop the person out for whatever you want to use it for. And now Apple has made it super easy. All you have to do is tap and hold on the person, and as you can see, it highlights them in silver and pops them out slightly. Now I can move it around. Now, if I just hold and let go, like this, you will see it gives you a couple of options. For example, the option to share it on other apps and the option to save it to your gallery, as well as to copy it. I can also do the same thing, but use my other finger to switch between apps. And then, while switching between apps, I could send it to someone. I could open my texts with him, let go, and now he received a text of himself.
Number 9, we have camera settings. Next thing you want to do is go into your settings, scroll down to the camera, then click preserve settings. You can turn some of these on to preserve it, and this saves your settings when you open up the camera application. I have a few of them on for myself, such as the camera mode, which preserves the last mode, such as video, rather than automatically resetting the photo. And I also have portrait zoom, which preserves the portrait mode zoom rather than automatically reset the default lens. So go through them and see what works for you. And while we're here, let's go back and turn on the grid as well, so we can make sure everything is perfectly in position when taking photos. And I'm also going to turn on the mirror front camera, which I personally like. So next you can go down and set the photographic style. So once you click it, you will be presented with different style options. So what we have here is, for example, vibrant style, which is what I'm using. We also have warm style, cool style, And on the other side, we have rich contrast style, standard style. So go through them and pick whatever you prefer. And you can also access this through the camera application by clicking the top arrow and swiping left or right. And for the last one to finish it off.
So, now you want to set your 5G settings and avoid draining your battery. First, go to Settings. Then go to, not Bluetooth, Cellular. Then you want to click on Cellular Data Options. Voice and data option to 5G Auto. This means that it will use 5G when it won't significantly reduce your battery life. Setting it to on, which is what my phone used to be, makes it so that your phone will always look for 5G, which results in draining your battery. After that, go back and click on data mode. You want that to be set to standard. This means it will allow for the automatic updates and background checks, but limits video and FaceTime quality. Once you've done that, once again, you want to go back. Enable the limit IP address tracking, like I have done here. What this does, it limits the IP address tracking by hiding it from known trackers in Mail and Safari. There are a lot of other features on this phone. For now, we've just listed the important ones. I recommend that you play around with the other features and settings to get used to your brand new device. I hope you enjoyed our video, and see you next time.